10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Inside Scoop with your hosts, Sean and Sherry.
This week we've got an amazing guest. She's born and bred in Luton, and she's going to tell us all about how she created her perfect career all straight out of drama school, and that is Tamika Ramsey. Hi, Tamika.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Listen, thank you for joining us. We
course.
really do appreciate it. Firstly, congratulations on the baby.
Thank
How is
you.
motherhood treating you?
I love it so much. I love it. I'm obsessed with my son. He's just the cutest, cuddliest little thing. And yeah, I'm loving motherhood. I thought I was going to be a rich auntie for the rest of my life. But we were pleasantly surprised, me and my husband. And yeah, we like, let's just roll with it and see how it goes. And we're doing it the way that we feel like we should. And we're kind of trying to silence what everyone else thinks that motherhood and parenthood should be. And we're just making it very authentic to ourselves. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm just learning every day. We're learning each other. I'm giving myself a lot of grace because it's hard.
Yeah.
And there's no book that tells you how to do it.
Well, no, it would be hard because obviously you recently came off Moulin Rouge,
Yeah.
where you were La Chocolat, and obviously that's a very flamboyant, sexy show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did you come to fall into that role?
Yeah, so my agent sent me the breakdown for to audition for Moulin Rouge the musical, and I was like, oh, I didn't know they were doing a musical of Moulin Rouge, but that sounds fun. It sounds a bit of me. I just love being confident and feeling sexy, and so I was like, this would be nice. At the time, when they sent the audition, I had to self-tape because it was during lockdown.
Oh, okay.
So I sent a self-tape, and I was like, I had to sing Lady Marmalade, Voulez-vous coucher? And I was like, oh, this is cute. But at the time, I wasn't really wanting to do another musical. I was like very focused on building up my TV credits. So I sent it and I forgot about it. And then I think like a year went by and they said, oh yeah, well, before the year went by, they said, you've got a recall. And I was like, thank you. But as we were in lockdown, there was nothing we could really do. So a year went by and I really actually forgot about it. I had done other jobs and was doing
nice
other
surprise
things. Yeah, and
A
so
nice
then
surprise.
they said, there's a recall. And then I went to the recall and there was about 6 rounds. So I went in, sang again, did the scene. I then got another recall, went in, did the dance round, then got another recall, went back in, did another singing and acting, and then another recall. And then after that one, they were like, you got the job. And I was like, thank God, because this was a long process.
Yeah.
And like, it's really grueling, especially musical theatre it's hard work to get the job because there's so many rounds and there's so much competition. So yeah, when I got the job, my agent, anytime I get a job, he calls. Usually we email or text.
Yeah.
And he called and he was like, would you like to do Moulin Rouge? And I was like, oh my goodness, of course. Especially because I just thought we were going to be the original company in London. And I thought that would be really cool to put my stamp on it and like be like, yep, however long it goes on, I know that I did it first and like I created that Le Choc in London. So
Really intense.
Yeah. So you get the role and, you begin things like rehearsals. And for me, I'm assuming rehearsals were quite intense because it's really, you're becoming a triple threat. You have to do singing, dancing and acting.
Yeah.
How did you find that whole process?
So the rehearsals were so intense. But the creative team were amazing and the cast were amazing, and like you're with people who are just so bendy. Like they can dance so well and like they're amazing. You're with these people that are like the best of the best, and you have no choice but to be like, I'm gonna bring my A game. Everyone was on fire in that room. Like the rehearsals, it was a long rehearsal process. I think it was about 8 weeks of us rehearsing.
wow.
It's a massive show.
What time would you start and finish?
So basically it'd be around, we'd get there for like 9:15 and then finish at 6.
Okay.
And we would rehearse Monday to Saturday.
So
have Sundays off.
obviously, with it being such a competitive industry,
Yeah.
if we just take it back, so you went to drama school, you
Mm-hmm.
went to Rose Bruford. When you came out of there, did you just straight away look for an agent? How did you go about getting into the industry?
So at drama school, I went to Rose Bruford, whoop whoop, and in third year, we basically have a showcase where everyone goes in, they do their like 2-minute scene. You have 2 minutes to do a scene. If you can sing, you get an extra minute to sing a song. And they invite loads of industry professionals, casting directors and agents, a variety of people, some really big agents, some smaller boutique agents, and they come. Obviously, you've done a lot of research about who you would feel like you'd fit with, or who you feel like is going to make you the most money. When I was at drama school, I was like, I'm going to be the next star. So I was looking for the biggest and the best.
Yeah.
And so basically we do this, we do our showcase and they come and watch, and then after they're kind of like, I like this person, I like this person, and then they'll send you loads of emails. I was the only black girl on my course. So that I hate to say that it helped, but it did help because there was no one really to compare me to. And so I got a lot of people interest in me, and then I would go and meet with the different agents, and I found my agent that I'm still with today, 7 years later, and I just had a good vibe. I was like, this is what I want to achieve, and I wanted to make sure he believed in me and that he felt like we could get to that, to my goals, and so we clicked, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to choose you, and then had to tell everyone else, like, no, sorry, I found someone who I feel like is a good fit for me. So I got an agent from Showcase, and then he sends me.
You had to turn down all the other agents.
I had to turn them down, girl. But no, there was some people that they were amazing agents, and it just wasn't right at that time.
Yeah.
So, you get with your agent now and you start going for roles. Have you ever been in a situation where, you go for the role and you don't necessarily get it? And
Maybe.
if you have, how is that? Like, how do you handle that?
This is the thing, like with this career, it's like maybe 90% of the time you get no. You're told you haven't got the job. So you have to be really strong and like mentally keep on making sure that you're okay, because it's a lot of rejection. So I'm always told no. And I can count on my hand how many times I've been told yes, and the amount of times I've been told no or not heard anything at all is much greater. So it's definitely difficult, but that's part of the job. And once I've done an audition, my process is just to let it go and forget about it, because it helps save me from some of that pain. So I'll do an audition and they'll be like, it went well, or it didn't go that well. Psh, bye, on to the next. And then I'm always pleasantly surprised if I've got the job or if I haven't. And when you do get a no, when I first started, I was like really emotional. I remember when I got my first no, and it was a musical, and I had auditioned and I did like 7 rounds. It was a big role. And they said, we don't think you've got enough experience, so you haven't got it. And I was like, but I need the job to get the experience.
Well, I mean, there was loads of times, obviously, that there has been times that you weren't told no. So obviously you've been on TV.
Yeah.
You've done adult material, Ghosts, Horrible Histories, the other one.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of TV, and your husband works in TV as well.
Yeah.
He was in The Flat Share, which premiered on Paramount.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'll be working with him anytime soon?
I'm hoping so. That's what we're always trying to get in the same project. Whenever there's an audition and like he's like, there's a female part in it, go for it. So we've got different agents now. We have the same, but we get our agents to put us in for it. And we're hoping so. I don't know what the likelihood of us doing that is, but we'll write something one day and hopefully we'll put ourselves in it and be like, yeah.
Wow, okay. That's good. That's good to know. All right, well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tamika.
But before we quickly wrap up, just quickly, are you anything coming up?
I do have something coming up. I can't say what it is.
Yeah.
It is another musical.
Oh, okay. Well, then that will be for next time. Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much for watching us today.
Yes.
And thank you, Tamika, for coming. You've been brilliant.
Thank you for having
So
me.
that's all we have for this week's Inside Scoop. Join us next week for our next special guest, and we'll see you then.
Thanks.